I think they can hear me now. This thing is moving. So I guess it can hear me. Thank you. Oh man. Well, they couldn't hear me, so I gotta start all over. They couldn't hear me, so I won't start over. Listen, at this point, right? I surprised someone that be on the feed lines, Sister Sonia, for her birthday, right? Now, nobody else asked God, can I come see them for their birthday? Let's just be clear about this part. But Sister Sonia is definitely a beautiful woman of God. And like I expressed to you early on, I like to look at your heart. I like to see where your heart is at right now. You know, when it comes down to abuse, I label this as abuse, right? Unlearning abuse, we also have to unlearn the abusive behaviors. But when we was dealing with the abusive behaviors that altered our life, you see, that was an alternate route right there that took us to learn things we should not have learned, like how to steal cable, right? How to sell food stamp and link, right? How to catch a person when they lying and just be like, oh well, I know they was lying anyway, but I'm still gonna connect with them, right? You know, when you find out a person is not telling the truth and then you still push forward, then technically, you know, it's just two people now that's messing up now, right? You knew you shouldn't have done it, but you done it anyway, but you don't want to own it. You want to blame someone else. So one of the things I wanted to say is when you unlearn an abuse, you also have to unlearn the abusive behaviors that also allowed you to inherit your abusive tactics. For some of you, you have the tactics, right? And with these tactics, which is called your survival skills, right? You have the survival tactics. And a lot of us haven't unarmed ourselves of these things right now. I mean, I would like to say they was gifts. They gifts to know how to protect yourself, but it was before its time. Some of us, we've been on the battlefield fighting before Jesus was even in place in our lives right now. Your mama and them had Jesus, right? Your grandmother and them had Jesus. The church and them was talking about Jesus, but you was walking out and you was taking mad hits. You know, you love the music you love, and it's not your fault that the music was dope. The music was really, really dope. It's dance, too much booty in pants, you know, booty call, all these different music and songs was the jams. Okay. Get the hoe, get the hoe. These songs was our songs, and this is what we danced to, right? And what am I saying to you is in the midst of all of this, we had to learn these survival tactics. These survival tactics helped us with these abusive behaviors that was going on. Why do I say abusive, right? Abnormal use is abuse. So if you say abnormal, anything that's abnormal, right? And abuse is that means to just to overextend, right? Unregulated, like prescription, right? When you prescribe something, it's prescribed, right? And it's saying take 3 times a day at a certain time. But when you keep doing something, you begin to abuse what it's supposed to be used for, right? What it's supposed to be used for. So abnormal use is abuse, and you put those words together. So when you have to uninstall abusive behaviors, we have to first go back and we have to address these particular areas. Where did we pick these things up from? And you'll see where I'm going on with this in a minute as we build. But back to Sister Sonia for a second, you guys. I got to stay here for a second. With Sister Sonia, you know, I showed up and I was writing all along. You know, I was writing, getting my book together for the next book and things like that in my notes. And when I arrived to go see her, not only did she not answer the phone and have me there for 3 hours, not knowing where to go and things like that. Of course, I went and set up and did what I normally would do. But when we went out to dinner, I was following this car, the car with her daughter in the front of the car. And as I'm following them on the expressway, and I'm right behind them, I mean, they kind of going fast, I'm going fast. And somehow it was an identical car, and the police was up front. And so I had to slow down. But I caught back up, got behind the car, right? And literally, the car took me. By the time we received a phone call, and Sister Sonia's daughter called, and she said, "Mom, where you at? We at the table." Like, how are you at the table when we right behind you? She said, "We're at the table eating. We're waiting on you. We're ordering our drinks, right? And we're waiting on you. We're 30 minutes in the wrong direction, following the wrong car." Point being, some of you, we just following the wrong people, right? We're following the wrong people, and you're trying to get to where you need to get to. I'm choosing to believe that you've been sent here so that we all can grow up. You know, if everything goes back around, the mountains goes back around, there's another Easter, another Resurrection Sunday, there's another, Memorial Day, then there has to be a point in your life that you have to literally reset and start all over again, being a little stronger, focusing a little bit more. You cannot still be the same emotional wreck that you was 2, 4, 5 years ago. It has to come a time where you just say, stop. Let me just stop right here and let me just think about where I'm at and what I'm attempting to do, right? So I want to move real kind of quick into this thing in the wrong direction. I told her I was going to mention this, right? We had to turn all the way around and drive 30 minutes back to the right location. Point being, I didn't have the address. For some of you, your goals, right, is your address, right? We need an action plan moving forward. This is a critical time. This is spring cleaning right now. Spring cleaning is just changing some things in your life right now. So in the future, you will have a harvest, right? Remember, August, something amazing gonna come. We supposed to be grinding it out already. We was given our instructions a couple of months back about what we need to do right now, right? We still pressing our way to. We have 4 more months left before we 4 more months ahead before we get to August, which is new beginnings, right? So I wanted to give you that little scenario. Let's go ahead and cut into this word. Let's go ahead and flip the script, you guys. What's going on? Peace and blessings, everybody. This is when I flip the script, you guys. I want to go straight to where we left off at because I have to pick up and connect something to you. This is not going to be an uptight feed. I can't really tell you how it's going to go, but I want to make sure I teach this thing the proper way. I'm a self-help teacher. I believe that you can help yourself as a leader. Each one of us, we're leaders, and we're going to have a leadership type conversation, right? Um, so, so I want to take you and I want to paint a picture for you, right? So we're going to Luke 22. Luke 22. Luke 22 for all those that got the scriptures ready. Luke 22. Luke 22. What's good? All right. Luke 22. Let me just paint the picture real quick on what's going on. This phone is acting real. Luke 22, verse 24. Luke 22, verse 24. A dispute also arose amongst them as to which of them was considered to be the greatest. Stop. Y'all know I like to stop you with a lot of things. Basically, what's going on is Jesus has his disciples at the table, right? They at the table and they have a dispute amongst each other. Now, the scenario that I want to place upon you and the example I want to place upon you is I want you to think about how big your circle is. If you went out to dinner, right? You went out to go eat, right? You want to make reservation. Who are you calling, right? How many you making a reservation and they say, "Hello, how am I taking how many people, you want to book a table. How many people are you booking a table for? Is it going to be 2? Is it going to be 4? Is it going to be 6? Is it going to be 8? How many people are you bringing to your table, right? So I'm going to give you 10 seconds to think about this. Your favorite restaurant, you at your favorite restaurant, you on the phone, you booking your reservations. You should already know who you bringing with you. Your family members, if you bringing them, then okay, that's fine. But let's just be real about it, right? For some of us, the problem is that we allow somebody else. We waiting on a date. We waiting for somebody to ask us, do we want to go out? You guys has went out. Some people have went out with more strangers, people they did not even know, right? And sit at the table. They met for the first time. This is quote unquote called dating, right? I'm dating you. Let's go out to dinner. Sit down, right? Now you at the table, right? You at a table, and so what's going on, right? Is you got that in your mind? How many people? Now watch this. They at the table. I mean, so he said they at Jesus' table. a dispute, right? Because it's going to be some conflict. This is what I see. It's going to be some conflict. Which of them will be considered to be the greatest? Now, for some of you, you believe in the best friend, best friend thing. Me personally, when it comes to the best friend type person, I look for quality. I look for the quality of an individual. But some people have, just because they're not qualified in this area, they qualified in other areas. What am I doing? I'm looking to show you that there's other areas that you need to be observing when it comes down to giving people these labels and sitting them at your table. You need to know who's around you. You need to know who's sitting with you, who's in the same group, who's in your inner circle. Some people need to leave your circle. They're not there for to help you, right? If they're not in your life on free will, then they're not from God. If they left your life, then they're not supposed to be there. For you guys, I made sure that I open myself up much as I possibly can. Every time I come before you, even when I'm praying publicly, even when I'm praying privately, I pray for the Invisible Crown Army. I pray for everybody that done joined I Am My Life Coach, because it's an anointed mission. It's an anointed assignment, right? Self-manifestation, self-awareness, and all the things to help you ground yourself so you can exercise self-control, right? And not lose control or be out of control, or even be remote control by the day-to-day, right? And I was given this thing. I went through all the experience to make sure that I can come back with this message with the help of the Spirit, because I can do nothing without the Spirit. I think that I was given this platform to speak on because I will give it to you in such a way that you can comprehend what I'm saying. You know, I used to say communication is key. No, comprehension is key at this point for us. Understanding is key. Understanding what you desire and what you're willing to do for what you desire, not no one else. This is an inside job. For some of you, you have to see the value in the things that's around you, and you have to make sure, because you're the one with the authority, you have to make sure that you do the things that's needed to be done to bring forth the balance in the relationship, because you need it and you in the position, and that's where you get your power from. What I just said is tricky, but it's not tricky. It's real straightforward. And I understand for some of us, we haven't had this type of practice because the thought was never there. That means we have to think before we do certain things, right? So with this word, if you jump down to verse 27, for who is greater? This is Jesus talking. The one who is at the table or the one who serves? You see, what is he saying? He's asking his disciples them a question, right? Because he wants them to use their minds. He wants them to use their minds, right? God can't exist on earth without you. God, it's impossible for God to exist on earth without flesh. You are in the flesh, okay? God has to have you in the flesh in order to exist and manifest himself in you and then through you. You can't live and get the things you need without God, which is the Spirit. So he sent his Spirit down here to manifest himself inside of you, to express himself to the world through you. But if you don't want to be you, then that go the problem. You see, no one's going to work for you. Nobody's going to follow you until you first work for yourself, until you first willing to understand what it means to follow someone. At that point, we don't hate on the one we follow. We look within ourselves, and at an appointed time, then something birthed out. He put the leader inside of the follower. For some of you, your following days of others is over. And today it's time for you to raise up. It's time for you to be used. So he said at the table, which one is the most greatest person? Who is greater? The one who is at the table or the one who serves, right? For some of you, listen to this. Is it not the one who is at the table with a question mark, right? The one you choose to sit down with, the one you choose to gather around, right? These are the greater people in your life. And guess what? What do they offer you? What contribution do they make to your life? This is very key. I hate to even use the word hate, but I'm going to lose a lot of people, because in this particular season, this is about the results. This is when you clean the glass and you wipe all the smudges, and you wipe all the smudges off the window, and now you can see clearly. Now this is when he opened up your eyes. This is when you doing that deep house cleaning and you under the bed and you cleaning out the closet. This is when you realize in your life that sometimes you know what you give because you give it. And when you give it, you don't ever worry about what you give because you only look to give more, right? But for me and for some of you, it's really what other people are bringing to your environment. If they're not, I was told this week, if a person is not adding to who you are, if a person is not contributing to who you are, then they not here by an appointment. They here for a disappointment. A disappointment. You got to recognize if people here for a divine appointment or a disappointment right now. You know, it's so many people that's trying to, that no, they ain't trying to. You don't just allow them in and you keep doing what you're doing. But the moment you stop and you look around, you have to see what deposits is people making into your life. And this is why for some of us, we're not flourishing. We have a weak environment. When I say weak environment, I mean people do not know how to do some of the simplest things because it must first come from within themselves. It's an inside job. It's an inside job, but you can't help no one until you first help yourself. And when you help yourself, then you can better assist them with helping themselves. But keep in mind, it does not mean that they're contributing to you. What I was told, well, I'll tell you what I was told in a second. Listen to this. Is it not the one who is at the table, but I am amongst you as one who serves? Who is this talking? This is Jesus talking to who? His disciples. Where is he at? He's at the table with them, but he's giving them a heads up that the spirit, when I leave from you, then my spirit gonna be here to serve you. He's a server. But what I was given is, he says, some of you, you know who God's chosen elect is. You know who has God's favor on their life, and you won't even sit here and serve them. And you see what's on them, right? Let me put this the right way. He said, you will tip a bartender before you tip somebody sent by God, which means if you sent by God, then that's the son we talking about that operates in the individual. This is why respect is real huge right now. This is going to be a little complicated, little lesson because I'm trying to break it the best I can. Listen to this. I'm going to show you. He said, but I am amongst you as one who serves. You are those who have stood by me in my trials. Stop right here. Jesus said the ones that was around him. Listen to this. He didn't go to the cross yet. Let's be clear. Some of you ain't went to the cross yet. For some of you, you did go to that cross. And people laughed at you. People put you up there. They the one who turned you in. But let's not even go there. Jesus said, you the one who stood by me during my trials. Some of you, where is the people at when you going through? When you need some help, when you need somebody to lend you a hand, where those people was at? When you was down and out, where those people was at that was making contributions, that was assisting you, right? This is what he's saying, right? This wiped me out today. I had to come with this, right? He said, listen to this. He's acknowledging you guys stuck around. It's not many of you, but for those that helped me get to my purpose, this is my calling. This is my purpose. My purpose is my life. But without this feed, without you guys, I have no life at all. This is what I love to do. And I'm grateful to even see the people that has logged on and to see their life have advanced, right? I remember somebody asked me, do people listen to what you're saying? How do you know? Because I have at least more than probably about 12 to 13 people that I know for a fact they life went, if it was scale 1 to 10, their life went from a 1 to about a 7 or an 8. I know people that's making mad growth. Mad growth meaning they doing the work, they practicing the model, they practicing the putting on the armor, they practicing the teaching, they're reading the book, they're wearing the hoodie, they constantly telling people, hey, I am my life coach. It's a conversation, it's a self-affirmation that you which is a short, powerful phrase that you tell yourself, right? And their life is developing and growing. We all start over, including myself. This is my spring cleaning. This is me getting myself back together as well. While I'm here, this is not just about you. This is about me first. Then I'm talking to you because you guys is right there. We the front line. There's nobody else coming to us. Right now that you understand that, watch this part. He says, he says, you have stood by me in my trials, and I have conferred on you a kingdom, just as my father conferred one on me, so that you may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom and sit on thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Right? Then he went down to say, Simon, Simon, Satan has asked for you to shift all of you as wheat, because he named one specific individual, right? Satan, which is the enemy, right, has asked, meaning nothing don't happen without God's permission. I just need you to see that part. Nothing do not happen without God's permission and approval. Well, why do it happen? It happens in order to make you better. Anything that you're going through is temporary. Crisis comes only to take you to a different level, right? Some of the things he want to see how you're going to handle yourself. He want to see how you're going to communicate. He going to see how you ground yourself, right? How you get out of circumstances and situations. They say when you self-master something, that's when you can walk away from something, right? You can walk away knowing that, hey, everything is okay. Everything is good, right? So let's just go a little further. You know, I told you there's going to be a real mild type feed, but I pray that you guys getting the message the way that I'm receiving it right now. He says, so that you may eat and drink at my table, right? And judge the 12 tribes, right? He said, but I have prayed for you, Simon, right? That your faith may not fail. Come on, y'all. I don't need my faith to fail right now. He said, and when you turn back, y'all know I turned back and came back to Chicago. Let's go. And he says, strengthen your brothers. But he replied, Lord, I am ready to go to prison with you. Stop right there. Y'all ain't ready to go to a bad situation. I don't want to go to no bad situation. I done been there already. But some of you, we have to do better. We have to shift over. We have to get to a new position. Now, this was interesting to me. Verse 35, then Jesus asked them, when I sent you without a purse, bag, or sandals, did you lack anything? Right? Did you lack anything? Jesus now kind of checking them, right? He's checking them. Now, pause right here. He said he's recalling in their minds, right? Now, keep in mind, he was with them. He's still with them. But I want to bring you back to something because I had to do my research today. So let me just find this real quick. I had to do my research because I got to get you this. Luke 10. Luke 10. You don't have to go there. I read it, but you can go there if you want. Luke 10, right? Because when I reached the part, he says, when I sent you out with no bag or no purse, right? Which would be Luke 10, verse 2. The harvest is full, but the workers are few. The Lord of the harvest, therefore, to send you out as workers into the harvest field, right? Go, I am sending you out like lambs, right? Like lambs, meaning this doesn't mean you weak. This means you have power and you're not like everybody else. I need you to get this part. You need to still have your finesse. You need your elegance. You need to be conservative. You need to have your zeal. You need to be light spoken. Nobody told you to get out here and get gangster. Your street done kicked in and you done conform to their ways, right? He said, I'm sending you out like lambs. Meaning, he not to mention the harvest. He said, I'm the Lord of the harvest. That means where he sent you to, he's over that area as well. Why did he send you? Why did he send you as a lamb? Why did he send you? Because he had a bigger purpose for you. Right now, keep in mind, I just went in reverse. I just went back. So I went back, right? Listen to this. Go, I am sending you out like lambs amongst wolves. Do not take a purse, a bag, or sandals. Do not greet anyone on the road. You had a specific assignment. This is an assignment. Everybody you have been helping, some people are not assigned to what you're doing, and that's why you drain the way you are. That's why you experience some hardship. You keep trying to make somebody else a part of what you're doing. They're not a part of what you're doing. It's to God be the glory, right? This is not because this is my besties. They ain't done anything for you. Everybody, if that's your bestie, then you get on this feed line. You get him on this feed line. If that's your husband, you get him on this feed line because you on this feed line. What we doing? We trying to get better right now. We ain't pretending, but we can have a conversation. Yes, I will open up the lines. Yes, I will take, I will start allowing you to ask the questions that you want to ask, to call the 1-800 number, however you want to do it, because I want to make sure you understand that he's not allowing us to fit in with everybody else. He put us here for a reason, to get something different. We call them plays right here. This is the only way that we can get what we need, which is called winning life. He said you have to win life. Those that think they got life, those that think you was cute, I'm married, me and my significant other, we got a house, we got this. He said those that think they got life, they're going to lose that little life they have, right? I just had a friend that just told me, I said, bro, what's going on with the wife? How everything? He said, bro, we done. I said, what? He said, she asked for a divorce. I said, what? He said, and you know what? For the first time, I feel free. I feel freedom. I told him, listen, if this is what you want, I love you enough to give you what you want. If you don't feel like I do this for you any longer, and this ain't something you want to be in, let me not put you in something. Because at the end of the day, I've been struggling in this thing a long time. I gave up a lot. I handed over a lot. I left my world, my money. I changed everything just to accommodate this right here. But since you said what you just said, and I'm like, wow, right? Now listen to this. Scripture says, he said, if you think you got life, then even the life you think you have will be taken away from you. But for those that lose their life, those that can understand what humility is, right? Those are the ones that will be granted life. For some of us, I know it seems like we on the wrong side of the fence. For some of us, it seems like we going through. For some of you, you are advancing, but I advise you to ground yourself and reposition yourself, because at the end of the day, pride goes before a fall, and you always want to stay balanced. You always want to stay regulated. You always want to stay, they say humble, right? But I just say stay balanced. Calibrate yourself, right? Don't get too far and you don't left us. We your backup, okay? If it's happening for you, stay with us, because it happened for you while you was on this beat, while you was on this ship. Let me finish this work that I need to do. And if God dismiss you and tell you to keep it moving, I am my life coach. Remember what I did. Remember what we did. Remember the time that the army showed up and we all was touching and agreeing that God would do it for us, right? And if one person make it, then we all made it. And on this speed line, many people is making it right now. Their whole life is being made over, and it's being made over again. Why? Because we're going to a better level. We're going to a bigger level, and he's demanding for us to do more now, right? Not less, more. We don't go chill. He didn't put us down here to go sit here and drink margaritas and just chill on the beach. He put us down here so we can be a reflection of his presence and assist those that loses their way. Isn't that amazing that he want to put his light inside of you so other people can see? But we like looking at people that clearly is in the blind, right? But that's another subject. Let's keep going. So it says, verse 4, do not take a purse, a bag, or anything with you. Listen to this. This is something I missed last week. When you enter a house. Now, remember, he just told you, don't get on the road greeting nobody. Some of us, we be talking to anybody and everybody, giving numbers out, changing numbers. You can't do that, right? Don't be all in people DMs and all that. That's too much. Listen to this. If someone who promotes peace is there, stop right there. Y'all don't see what I'm doing on here? I'm promoting peace, right? The peace of God, fall fresh, right? Listen to this. This is for you. This is what I'm trying to express to you. People didn't give you your instructions. You've been operating in whatever mode, whatever you feel like it. Sometimes you tap on the power and God releases something through your mouth or something you said and the blessing happened. Sometimes it backfire and you don't put a curse on yourself because you didn't know you was cursing yourself in prayer, or you was cursing yourself with the stuff you were saying. And we're like magicians, like Harry Potter. We like magicians that don't know the magic, right? We don't know how to do what we do. And then when we get down and out, then we tap into the power or whatever. We think we're thinking, but we're not thinking. We're really listening. And that's God telling us what to do. Then we get up and try it again, or we lose the key or something. And then we go look at something, then boom, there go the key. Or we stick it, we forget our password and we put something in and boom, it unlocks or something. That was God all the time. That wasn't you. That was God, right? Because he's everything. It's just that we're learning who we are. Remember, I started out the feed by saying God needs you. God needs you because he can't exist on earth without you. Without you, he cannot manifest himself. There was a purpose for you, right? He's the one who sent you. He said, I knew your end in the beginning. When you was in the womb, he told John, basically, he told him, when you was in your mama's womb, I knew you. Why? Because my spirit was coming for you already. Now that you done developed and learned the ways of the world, now I want to come and activate, right, what it is I called you to do down here. and now manifest by the things that you accomplish and things like that. And I need you to serve, right? I need you to be a servant. So this is where I'm going. Watch this here. Listen to this. If someone promotes peace, is there, your peace will rest on them. You're drawing to people that have. Let's just be clear about this part. This is very important. Some people in your life, you're not drawing to them because they don't have peace. They come into you, but they can't add on to who you are, so they disrupt your peace. You have to understand. If you want to take a note, take that note. Some people, they can't add to who you are because peace is what God has given you. If it wasn't given by God, then how can someone give you anything? Everything else is from the world. So if God didn't give them something, then they can never give it. They can never connect to you. So if they either become a distraction or they become destruction for you as well as myself. If they don't come to add to you in this particular time frame, at this point, they either here for distractions. That means to get you off, to lead you astray, which leads to destruction. That's the whole message. That's why he wanted to say at this point, let your peace rest on them. If not, it will return to you. It will return to you, not them. They can't give what they don't have. You understand what I'm trying to express to you? Invisible Crown Army, listen to me and hear me good. Y'all can see I'm working my way through this thing because he put me in a whole different place right now. And in this place, I have to also deal with the natural man. I have to deal with myself. And sometimes dealing with myself is not easy. I have to go lock myself inside of a room. I have to disconnect and just listen, be by myself, because a lot of stuff that's coming out my mouth is getting me in trouble, right? Listen to this. One, if you went into a house. Two, when you enter a town, right, that means you should be moving locations. You're going places right now, right? You're going places. Some towns is ghost towns, but remember, he told you don't bring none of your possessions. Your possessions, I told you don't bring them, right? Listen to this. When you enter the town and are welcome, some people is not welcoming you in certain areas. Stop trying to sit here and have an all access pass in people's lives. You are not to do that, right? It says, if they welcome you in that area, eat what they offer you. Some of you stop asking for more things than you can handle. Stop trying to break off more because you overkill, you obese. Just like being obese, right? That means to constantly eat. You're constantly taking, and you done grew this thing before it's time. And you want to grow at a rate where the spirit is allowing it to grow, and you understand it, not just them, but also yourself and where you at. For some of us, like I said, starting over it's a good time. It's a good time to start over. And that's what the spring cleaning is all about right now, right? It says, if they welcome you, listen, it says, if they welcome you, go in, heal the sick. Sometimes giving them a clear understanding of where you at, that's the healing. The healing starts, right? The healing starts with you identifying that you got more work to do, right? Listen to this. If this person is single and this person is single, let's say two single people, right? This person needs to be healed. You need to be healed, right? Okay, let's go up another level. You've been delivered. This person has not been delivered from a lot of stuff. You've been delivered from a lot of stuff. This is off balance. This will not work. But I can understand why on this level they want to connect, because you single and I'm single. Yeah, but what about the healing? What about the deliverance? What about all the other things that needs to be accomplished, right, in order for this thing to be successful? Other than that, it will not get off the ground. It will not get off the ground, right? So it says, if it's sick, heal. If you're able to, heal the sick who are there and tell them the kingdom of God has come near you. The kingdom of God has come near you because of you, because of what you continue to do, right? Once you ground yourself and hold your position, you on a whole nother level. But now I got to go and I have to move. Let me change this music real quick. It's a difficult lesson to really teach because I'm trying my best and I got to make sure that I say things the proper way because I'm not getting in trouble for saying the wrong thing. But I will say what I'm supposed to say. He said, my way, his will. So let's kick this back in. And now let me go back and bring you back to Luke. What was that? Luke. What was that? Where does that go? What was that? Luke 25? Luke 22. Luke 22. So remember, in Luke 10, you just seen, he said, I'm sending you out like lambs, right? Amongst the wolves. That means that, hey, I'm sending you out a certain type of way. Don't lose your identity. Don't lose anything. Now, he's releasing them. He was with them, but he's releasing them. He released you at some point to go do some stuff where his presence wasn't present with you. He wanted to send you in on his behalf, right? You got to get what I'm saying right here. This is good. I'm closing it out right now. So he's sending you in, right? Now, and if you scroll down, Luke 22, come on, y'all. I'm feeling this thing right now. It's coming back into me. It's coming back into me, right? Where's that going? Oh, so we back at the table now. We back at the table, and I asked you, who are you inviting to your table, right? Who are you inviting to sit down at your table? Jesus asked them, they say, who basically asked Jesus, who's the greater one at the table? You would think it'd be the people sitting at the table, right? But he said, I come here to serve. Now think about you at the restaurant, right? You at the restaurant. All your people is at the restaurant. You sitting at the table. You got all these people, right? None of them make contribution to your life, but y'all at the table. Let's just say your family here. Let's say some of your friends here, right? Let's say you and your significant other. Let's say you on a date. How about that? You on a date, right? The server comes up and asks you, what is it that you desire? What is it that you want? Right? You order whatever you order. Give me a Caesar salad, give me some crab cakes, give me whatever you order, right? Now, the server goes and take the order back to the cook and put the order in. Steak medium well, one well done, a salmon, butterfly, this one here. This is what the drink. Let me go fetch their cocktails. Let me go sit here. Let me go check on their orders. Is there anything else, right? Listen to this. This is real good right here. I didn't know how much of what a server actually do and how much trust you got in your server. You don't see the food. You didn't buy the food. You don't know what's going on in the kitchen. I didn't say the cook. I said the server. Then the server come back. Is there anything else, right? Now they had to remember your whole order, right? Your whole order. Now the food is ready. They go back now. You at the table talking to your girlfriends or whoever. And what y'all talking about? Nothing. Where y'all going? Nowhere. What's going on in whoever's life? Did you hear about this? By this time, everybody back on their phone, on social media, looking at whatever, waiting for their food to come out. Food come out. Boom. So the server comes and gives the plates to whoever ordered it. He don't really mix it up. She don't mix it up. He gives you exactly what you ordered, right? Listen to this. When he's done, yay. Here it come right here. Jesus says in verse 27, who is greater? The one who is at the table or the one who serves? Is it not the one who is at the table? Question mark. But I am here amongst you. I'm amongst you. I'm amongst you as one who serves. Come on now. You got to have a servant's heart. Some of you better stop letting people sit here and play you like this. Yeah, your humility life to go off the chain. Listen to this. You are those who have stood by me in my trials. You guys stood by me in my trials. And saying, when you did what Jesus sent you to go do, when he released you out to those areas, he said, don't worry about what you was going to say. It wasn't going to be you talking. It was going to be him. Why did he send you to the worst people? Why did he send you to the Gentiles? Them was the ones who crucified him. So when they crucified you, when they said rumors about you, when they convicted you, when they put you out, when they started talking about you, when you had to sneak around town, when people were sitting here trying to put a scandal to your name, it wasn't you. It was the spirit in you. He said, while I was going, what is this? What is this next level right here? We opening up the spirit right now. This is the portal coming through. I didn't get this till I just said it out of my mouth. He dispatched the 72 to areas. He said the harvest is full, but the workers are few. So what am I saying? He sent you without him. He sent you without him, but he got in you. So when you was doing some of the things, do you not know your eyes was watching them and what they was doing? Did you not know when they started gossiping to you, or when you was gossiping to them, they was listening, and that was the spirit of the Lord? That's why he says, stand down in these familiar areas that should be unfamiliar, because this should be the fear of the Lord at this point. Because some stuff I'm scared, because I know God is listening. Some stuff I know the Lord is listening. If you read your scriptures now, you're going to see a lot of the times he say decrease, because it's me. The battle ain't yours, it's mine. When someone was sick in scriptures, I don't know what book it was, but I'm telling you it's in there. And he say, why couldn't we heal that person? What was the problem with this with this individual? Was it the mama's fault? Was it the daddy's fault? He said, neither one. The reason this one was going through is so the Father's power can be displayed through the miracle, through the healing. Come on, y'all. For some of you, you being used like you've never been used before. But guess what? You thought you was being used by them. No, you was being used by God to assist them. You was being used by God because he had to have you there. You thought that was for you. That wasn't for you. That was part of the work. That was part of the ministry. You was there for a good time, but it was not supposed to be a long time. Now you're sitting over here wondering, what you gonna do now? What you gonna do now? Come on, let's go back in this little book real quick. Yay. Yes, God, I feel this. If y'all don't feel that, it's okay. I feel this right here. I know exactly what I'm saying. You need the spirit to know what I'm saying anyway. At this point, verse 35, then Jesus asked them, listen to this. Here's your breakthrough. Hear me good. This is your breakthrough right here. Then Jesus asked them, when I sent you without your purse, your bag, or sandals, did you lack anything? Come on, y'all. God say recall right now. The Lord, your God say recall. When you was dealing with the hood, when you was dating stupid, when you was dating insecurity, when you was dating a hot mess, when you was a hot mess, when you was out there, when you was doing you, did you lack anything? Did he make sure he provided for you even in your ignorance? When you was out here and you was double dipping, when you was sneaking around, when you was the one, when you was the villain. Come on, stop talking about you the victim. You was the villain at some point. You done some stuff and he covered you because you was working on his behalf. You was being recruited and you just didn't know it. He saw everything. Come on now, let's hatch these eggs, guys. We ain't gonna crack them. We gonna hatch them. Come on, we gonna hatch them, you guys. Yay. Yes, God. I feel you. Yay. He said, did you lack anything? Question marks. Next question. Nothing. They answer. Nothing. They answer. What is it that you lack? What is it that you lack? What is it that you lack back in the day? What is it that you lack? You only could date what it is you was capable of dating. You only can go where you was capable of going. You wasn't all the way up here. They would have booted you out so quick. You had to go to the hood. You had to go to the project. You came from them. You had to go over there. That's where you was located at. But at the end of the day, come on, y'all. Y'all better get this. Yeah. He said, what you lack? Nothing. You lack nothing. You lack nothing. This is when you grow up right here. This is when you grow up right here. He said, you lack nothing. But now, if you have a purse, now, if you got your right mind, now, you have a purse. Think about, ladies, the things that goes in your purse, your lipstick, your keys. What else go in there? Your little makeup, right? What else go in there? Your little extra little thing in case you have a oops or an emergency, right? What else goes in there? Your credit cards. He said, if you have a, take it. Take it now. And also a bag. Come on now. You don't said a bag now. Let's be clear. A bag is a real bag. Okay. He said, take that bag with you. Also that bag. And if you don't have a sword, if you don't have a sword, sell your cloth. and buy one. Buy a sword, arm yourself, put on the full armor, because it's about to be on at this point. At this point. At this point, it's about to be on at this point, because it's about to be a fight. It's about to be a war. It's about to happen, right? This is one of the reasons why he told Peter, he said, Satan already done asked for you. Okay. But I'm praying that you don't lose your faith. And when you turn back, strengthen your brothers. When you turn back, some of you, you've been on this little walk so long, but you got to go back now. For some of you, you got to turn back around, but you ain't turning back around because you scared or anything. You turning back around now because he needs to show that what they tried to do to you, you much better than who you used to be. You can handle much more now. You happy. Some of you so successful single that you need to stop talking about being single, because at the end of the day, it is not about being single. It's about being oneness. That's all that God was trying to get us. Even as a husband to marry a wife, her last name changed and they become one. If God puts you as one, right? He said, I take two and I make one. Be grateful even today that you are whole. So I will learn to not say the word single, and I'll just say I'm whole. I'm whole, and I love drawing and talking and communicating to another person that's whole, because the foolishness does not need to exist at all. You can have a clear conversation. I don't want to mess up nobody else's walk. Nobody have our permission to mess up my walk. But the only way we gonna get this understanding out there in the open is to be clear about where you stand. You have to be clear about this point, where you at this point. I understand sometimes people talking in a more general standpoint, but when the Spirit of the Lord speaks, he speaks straight to you with a relationship. He talks to you and he tell you exactly what to do, why you need to do it, and when you need to do it. Right? For some of you, I'm going to go one more step real quick. Since I got on late, one more step real quick. I'm just going to try to see if I can catch it real quick. I'm going to see if I can catch it. Let me see if I can catch it. One thing real quick. I'm going to see if I can catch it. It's in John 20. Let me see if I can catch it real quick, you guys. Just one step and I'm done. Oh, my God. John 20, right? Listen to this. In your life, listen to this. In your life, John 20. John 20:19. On the evening of the first day of the week. First day of the week, right? When the disciples were together. Come on, y'all. This Invisible Crown Army. Let's move. When the disciples was together, the doors was locked out of fear of the Jewish leaders. Some of you have doors in your life that you will never open. You have doors in your life, areas in your life that it has to be Jesus. Somebody got to come through that door in order to get you. Your heart has been broken so many times, right? Again, your survival tactic from being an abusive situation, whether that was dating prematurely, right? You was undeveloped, they was undeveloped. When you got when you done already experimented with being involved, being engaged with somebody, your little feelings was all over the place. Undeveloped, right? Some of us, we in church trying to join ministries and stuff. Now we all super deep thinking we trying to mimic what we see, right? We ain't got the Spirit, they ain't got it either. But we looking at them, they look like they doing something, so we start trying to do something, right? Undeveloped, right? You better get this. There's doors in your life that you ain't opening, right? I'll prove it to you right here and I'm done. It says, when the disciples was together, they went to doors with the doors locked for fear. That's why your door's locked, because you scared of the leaders, Jewish leaders. That means people that know more than you know, right? You see, relationship is one thing. Religion and mental guided thoughts and organization, that's a whole nother something else, right? That's why we lack who we should. That's why we lack in some areas, and we battle with insecurities sometimes because we trying to fit in and get with the program. This program was going on 200 some years before I got here. Now I'm trying to pledge in, or I don't wrote myself up into something saying this is what I'm supposed to do. And they supposed to teach me how to be me at the end of the day, but never accept me being me because they don't know what I have to deal with on the other side. They don't know what I have to deal with, what I have to live with, what I have to go through on a day-to-day basis. They don't know what I've been exposed to, even if I was being a victim or being abused as a youngin by a family member or something. For some of you that had abuse happen to you sexually as a child, guess what? Nobody was there. Nobody even know about this situation. And then when you bring it forth, it's almost like, oh, we're going to pray about that for you, sister. And that's that. It take more than that. It take a little bit more than that at that time. I need somebody to sit down. I need somebody to walk with me. I need somebody to show me a layout, help me lay it out, make it plain, right? Watch this. So these doors is locked. Listen to this. Because of the leaders. Jesus came in and stood amongst them and said, peace be with you. Stop right there. At the end of the day, they scared of what's out there. They're not scared of Jesus. They're scared of them. People that think they know everything. You get that? That's who they scared of, right? But you got to learn how to keep your mouth shut. You got to know how to go, again, and box yourself in. Didn't I tell you when I deal with some stuff, I have to shut myself down by myself. The Lord don't have to come and see me laying on the floor, stuck in the closet. I'm not moving until the Spirit come and tell me something, right? And I'm not talking about no little sage and going through. Sage is just sage. I need Jesus. I need the Spirit right now. I don't need to sit here and fight the demons off with some sage. I need to be able to speak with the authority that God has gifted me to speak with, and I need to let them understand. He said, whatever you say, right? Loose is loosed in heaven, is loosed on earth. That's just how it works, right? In my book, right? In Jesus' book. That's how it works, right? With the Lord. Listen to this, and I'm done. It says, after he said this, peace be with you. Stop right there. Some of you got to understand, you got to walk into your peace. You got to walk into where it is you see yourself going. You have to close your eyes, see yourself where you want to be. Then when you open your eyes, there go your game plan. And now you got to put the actions behind it. Every day, you got to put the action. He's pulling you out of areas that you can't pull yourself out. And unfortunately, some of these areas that he's removing you from, you've been dependent on them. You've been dependent on these little areas. But he's yanking you out of that area, right, by force, because he need to get you over to the other side. This was not going to be an easy thing to transition you to where he's trying to get you to. Listen to this. After this, he showed them his hand and side. The disciples was overjoyed when they saw the Lord. Stop right there. Some people, they need to see what you've been through. Some people, they need to see that, hey, listen, in spite of not having no finances, without having no job, without having no husband, without having no wife, without having no degree or no certification, I'm still making, I'm still here. It's not over for me. There's more for me to do, right? There's more for me to do. But you got to first become you. He showed, they was happy. They was excited. Has the Lord ever showed up in a way when you got excited? You should be crying, but instead you smiling like, yes, God. You got a yes, God in you, and you wondering what's going on. He's really saying, you come on now. You're going to have to get up. You're going to have to get up. I can't have you breaking down, especially out on the field. When I put you out here on the field and I send you to places, I can't have you crying on anybody's shoulders. You better cry by yourself, boy. You better pick the right shoulder to cry on, but you can't cry on anybody, especially. Yeah. He said, keep it moving. Verse 21. Again, Jesus said, peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, I am sending you. Isn't that something? What is he sending you to do? What is he sending you to do? He's sending you to be you. He's sending you to be you. Some of them eggs that was placed in your life by your great-great-great-grandmother, some of you, your mother still living, still walking this earth, you ain't even asked her how she feel about her mother, her mother's mother. She had a grandmother too that's probably gone. You know, we just so selfish. Our aunts, right? They had a mother. You know, and we sit here, we ready to go bananas because, man, I lost my mother. Their mother had a mother. That had a mother. Come on, y'all. Let's grow up real quick. Come on now. We got to be grateful for the seeds right now, right? We can't keep cracking the egg. Come on. We got to hatch something. Somebody got to fly with one of your gifts. Come on, y'all. Come on. I'm so serious. We got to find this hunt. We on a hunt for the gifts right now. hunt for the gifts of the Spirit right now. Come on, y'all. That's why they painted them different colors. We on the hunt for this thing, right? Listen to this. I got to say that again. Verse 21. Again, Jesus said, peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, I am sending you. Now, why would he want to send you? That's the question you keep asking yourself. That's why he's sending you, because you don't have an answer. You ain't done nothing. But see, for those people that think they all up there, they on 20, 30 different ministries. I go to church every day. I pay my tithes and all. He ain't sending you nowhere. You keep doing what you've been doing. But the one he's sending, you can't even fathom why he even would use you. Answer that calling. Answer that calling. As you continue to log in on these feeds, you guys, I will continue to help you as he helped me, as he continued to help me to understand the purpose of the creation, right? The purpose of the creation. He said, I am sending you, right? And with that, he breathed on them and said, receive the Holy Spirit. I don't know who breathed on you, but today, you better get that breath, because this is a new level of oil right now. Some of us, I was baptized and my prophet 10 years ago. Well, you better get an oil change. He's upgrading right now. Don't you know coronavirus is out right now? This thing says it kills 99% of germs. There's 1% that it don't kill. Today, you getting something different. You need something more. You need that 1% that it don't kill, because that's what's trying to kill you. You get what I just said? Come on, y'all. We got to get over ourselves right now. And listen to this. As I'm done now. I'm done. And Thomas, he was one of the 12 disciples, right? I told you in the group. He was one of the 12 in the group, right? Listen to this. Thomas, one of the 12. So the other disciples told him, we have seen the Lord, the Spirit of God. I seen God, y'all. I got a revelation. I got a transformation. But he said to them, unless I see the nails, the mark in his hand, and put my fingers where the nails were, and put my hand on the side, I will not believe. Some of the people around you won't believe what you say. You got to show them. You got to show some of the people. I know your mom, them, some of them, they just gave it. Yeah, you can't, No. You finna be super, you finna go to a whole nother level. You got a lot of people that done wrote you off, right? And the Lord, he going to show himself in you to prove to them what time it is. And what happened, right? What happened? Listen to this. It says a week later. It didn't happen right there. His disciples was in that house again, and Thomas was there. And through the door, even though the door was locked, Jesus came in and stood among them. Peter, peace be with you. Then he said to Thomas, put your hands here. Put your hands here. Reach out your hand. Put your hand in my side and stop doubting and believe. I'm done. God is saying you better touch what he done already blessed. You better touch your head and let your mind know that he gave you a sound mind. You better touch your eyes and bless yourself. He gave you eyes to see. Open them eyes up, touch your ears. He gave you ears to hear, anoint your mouth. Yes, God, give me the words and put your hand on your heart and say, fill me up. Yay. For your name's sake, and stop doubting. In Jesus' name, amen. That's my time. I am my life coach. You already know. Ignorance lose today. Knowledge wins today. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I hope you guys understood the message that I just brought forth for you guys. I'm on YouTube. Jay, what's good? Man, YouTube family getting a little big there. I appreciate that. Listen, you guys. I love God. And God loves me. And he loves you. He sent the Spirit for you. But the only way the Spirit can connect to you, you got to be you. In order to be you, you got to evaluate the things that makes you you. And some of the things that makes you you is some of your bad experiences. Some of the things you've been through is why you the way you are now. In order to unlearn abuse, you have to unlearn the behaviors that goes with the abusive behaviors, right? Also, the inherited survival tactics. You have survival tactics that now interferes with your loving side. We spend a lot of time learning God's character. We need to get over here to God's system now. There's a system for you. There's a system for you, and that system is called being who you're supposed to be. That I can't say nothing else. That's it. Peace and blessings, man. Thank you guys. If y'all can share the feed, it's always appreciated. Thank you guys on YouTube. Y'all already know. T, what's happening? What's going on, you guys? Man, and I thank you guys for logging on. Man, YouTube, make sure y'all log on to that channel. And yeah, that's it for that. Peace out on that.